All right, so welcome back to the world famous world headquarters of the law offices of Douglas Koenig. I'm coming to you from one of my many offices. Well, actually two, but one's across the hall from the other. It feels like many. And I am looking forward to sharing some more information with you about digital assets. And as I mentioned in the part one video, digital assets are those assets which are non-tangible. So cars, houses, and so on are tangible assets. Digital assets tend to be more intangible and saved very often on the internet and other places that are offline um, or online, but mostly things that have as their nature um, sort of virtual or non-tangible. An example of that in part one, we talked about passwords and the need to have a password manager. Next, in part two here, I want to talk to you about social media. So your Facebook, your email, um, other kinds of social media accounts are digital assets as well. So on Facebook, for example, you may have posted pictures or conversations, you may have contact lists of people. These things don't exist in the real world, they only exist on the internet. Sometimes you may have a physical picture, but for the most part, people these days don't print out their pictures, don't have picture books, and pictures and comments and emails and so on tend to live just simply in the internet. This is troubling for some people on a number of bases, but that's today's society. So the fact is, however, that when you die or when you lose capacity, you no longer may be in a position to control the assets that are on your Facebook or Twitter accounts. You don't necessarily want to give somebody the blind ability to go into your Facebook account and post on your behalf because they may or may not say the things that you wanted to say. They may accidentally delete, they may accidentally post things that weren't your intention. So it's helpful if you can leave instructions for people as well as the passwords and that sort of thing for those digital assets, that Facebook account. You know, a lot of people picked up Facebook because they wanted, like my age, because they wanted to see pictures of the grandkids. You know, our kids often don't send pictures. So the easiest way for us to keep in touch with the grandkids is, you know, going on Facebook and being able to see what's going on there. But we also connect with our friends and neighbors the same way. I also have a number of groups that are related to my business that are all on Facebook. And if I were to be incapacitated, unable to remember the passwords, or perhaps at a position in life where maybe I wanted to terminate everything with respect to these digital assets, these social media accounts, I need to be able to pass that information on to a particular person whom I call the digital executor. There's other kinds of names. Some people call them digital attendants. Some people call them cyber uh, cops, or, you know, but the kind of person that you would trust to manage your estate or to manage your financial affairs could well be the person who would manage your digital assets. And I usually recommend that a person who is fairly savvy with Facebook and internet sorts of things be a good candidate. For me, that might be one or several of my kids or my grandkids. Probably wouldn't leave that responsibility to my brother or my spouse, just simply because, you know, she or he would not be as as able to work with the media. And you might find the same thing in your family, that one of your kids is a better choice. But whoever you leave it with, the digital executor or this digital attendant is probably the right person to do it with. Now, we've been doing that for several years in our law practice. North Carolina recently added some new laws that give us the ability to name these digital executors and provide for ways in which that digital executor can take control by contacting entities like Facebook and stating that they are in fact the digital executor, and they have the right then to turn off the account or to set it into memorial mode if you should pass away. These sorts of things are easy to do, and they can be done either while you're living or they can be done after your death via probate. And we have some great tools to be able to notify all these accounts that you've passed away and make it easy on the family. And those are called directive communication services. All my clients have access to this, and for a small monthly fee, you know, these things are available to you. I also have a number of tools I can help share with you that can make this process much easier. So that's the end of part 2. Part 3, we're going to talk about cryptocurrencies, and I look forward to talking to you then. Thanks.